And let's go live. Okay, what about now?
And we lost all the people that came in. Congratulations.
Do we? That's I wasn't sure about recycling it. Are we? Can you see
and
us
now
now?
we are.
Oh, you see us now? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, y'all. And I wasn't supposed to curse this because I wonder what parts were live, what parts weren't. I'm sorry, we had to reburst. We had to reboot on our end because something didn't go through. It looks like that it was suspended in limbo, and you guys couldn't see us. We couldn't be live, or we weren't live to you guys. So I rebooted the page. I don't know what you guys saw. I don't know what you guys didn't see. Let's see here.
Well, probably nothing.
Hold on. I'm like, hold on. Are we? Can somebody respond in the chat and let us know if we're live? If you can hear us.
We are live. I'm looking at it.
Are you? Okay. Because I'm not seeing anything on my end. Okay, all right. I'll just assume that everything is okay with everybody. I apologize, y'all. Something weird is going on. Like, I don't even see numbers on my analytics screen, so I can't even tell. I thought I was looking at that and I was like, it's showing me 7 people is in here. But now since I refreshed, I can't see any numbers. Hold on, what is going on here? Okay, all right. I'm sorry, y'all. Well, let's just do the damn show. Something's wrong with YouTube. I apologize. Apparently, you guys didn't see anything. Oh my God, this is crazy. You guys didn't see anything. We deeply apologize for that. We've actually thought we were live for the last 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I ran the whole beginning video and everything. But we're not going to do that again. We're just going to, hopefully people will fill in, and we'll just get the show started regularly. I got to resend out notifications and everything, because if nothing was shown, then people are sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? All right, we are now live. Okay, apologies for that, y'all. I don't know what happened. YouTube, we are live with YouTube on our end. We are live. Sorry, apologies. Sorry for tech difficulties. What is up, everybody? It's your boy MM2K. I'm here with Cold Blood. We're back again with another episode of NRO Podcast. This is NRO episode 70. We're already at 70. I hope you guys are having a great week. Well, I got a video coming out, so you guys will see the video later. I played most of it. I swear I did, and I swear it said that you guys were here. But okay, all right. We got a great show for you. We got a bunch of topics to go over. We're going to be talking about Xbox's console decline and how that has spawned another civil debate amongst the Xbox faithful. We're going to talk about PlayStation, who in contrast believes that they're going to be breaking records this year in regards to their console sold. We're going to talk about why or why not that will be possible. And then lastly, we got some questions for Remedy. Like, Remedy, would Remedy, just with all the accolades that they routinely get, they can't sell a game to save their life? What's going on at Remedy? We're going to examine that. But before we get into that, for the second time, Cold Blood, how are you doing today, brother? Can you let everybody know how you doing this week?
Well, no, not so good, bro. What the hell are you doing?
Bruh, dude, you don't understand why I hate YouTube. Try to sit there and spend hours setting this shit up for YouTube to fuck up the way that it does. then you'll understand why. I hate this I mean, the only reason why I'm on this platform is because it's easier for the viewers. I hate YouTube. I literally do. Yeah, that was a bunch of dog shit for like the last 20 minutes. We're live. It's giving us all the indications that we're live, and then we're not live. And now, like, my analytics board is going all over the place. So it's just crazy stuff. But that's all right. We appreciate it. People are coming back in. Thank you very much. We apologize for that. Thank you for your patience. Let's do this. Come on. We got to send notifications out to everybody. Oh my God. We got to send notifications out to everybody to let them know that we are live again. I'm going to do this. We're going to get rid of this. Here we go. Yeah, YouTube it's Twitch is so much easier, but it's a horrible viewing platform, which I don't understand that either. Like, how do you have so many people watching your shit, but then you can't come up with a good viewing app? So we're kind of stuck like in between a rock and a hard place with this shit. Xbox console. Okay, all right. So that's good. We got all that out there. Thank you, everybody, as you come in. Sorry there's no video at the beginning. We already played it. It's a long ass video. I'm not going to play it again. You know what I'm saying? We'll play it again later as a separate a la carte video. You will see that either later today or tomorrow, early tomorrow. But thank you as you pile in. Hit that like button, please. We are here. We got some great subjects that we're going to be talking with you with. If there's any problems that you guys hear, or if you notice something, feel free to let us know in the chat. Because right now, I have no idea what's going on. Nothing on my stream board is working. I'm just going off the fact that Cold Blood said he can check out the stream. So if you guys notice anything, if it's what do you call that? If it's buffering or anything, I don't know what to tell you. I can't see anything. Hit that like button and we'll get right into our subject matters. But while we're waiting for everybody to fill in, I do want to expose something, Cold Blood. And we kind of talked about this earlier today when we were doing Early Bird Special. If you don't know what Early Bird Special is, that's our podcast that we do for members to say thank you to the members, right? You don't like it, so the fuck what? But we say thank you to the members, and we just kick it with them for like an hour or so, you know, and talk about the latest in gaming. We sit with them and they may help us discover topics, a variety of shit that we do with our members. In today's show, we had a real fun show because I got to expose some people. What happened was, and I didn't know where these people come from, but normally when I put a video out that's talking about Xbox and I get a shitload of Xbox people coming over here with bad rhetoric, they're coming from like a Cold Eastwood or an RDX or Boomstick or something like that, and they're regurgitating their poorly recited rhetoric, right? They don't even watch the video. They see the title, they're like, well, Boomstick just said, and then they start typing away. And this is something, Cold Blood, we were talking about in that stream as well, that Porter Rock had called out and said, this is why I destroy you bots. I destroy you bots when it comes to debating this shit, because all you motherfuckers know, like, you don't have critical thinking skills. All you motherfuckers know how to do is just go hear something from somebody else that is regurgitating a bunch of shit that has not been challenged or vetted by anybody. And then and you think it sounds good, so you come and you say it as if it's supposed to stop me in my tracks and make me go, oh, well, that sounds good, so I'm going to shut up. No, it's unvetted. It doesn't make any sense. And we saw an example of that yesterday or a couple of days ago with the RDX reunion on Fonzarelli's show, where they finally got back together. They were talking stuff and they were starting to get into their normal Xbot babble. And D, being that he ain't getting lashes from Diller no more across his back and being fed kibbles and bit at night chained up in the basement, he was like, shit. Damn, cold blood. Why you laugh? I was on the roll.
He didn't get his lashes.
Yeah, he getting his ass. It's dinner time, dog. He ain't been getting his ass whooped, bricked in the back of his fucking head. You know what I'm saying? That's not on the script, D. He ain't got Diller doing that shit to him no more. That now he can go out there and say he has a mind of his own. So that motherfucker was out there. Oh, that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. And he was beating everybody's ass on that podcast. No. I gotta call Cap. I'm calling Cap. No. He beat the chicken snot out of all those motherfuckers on that podcast the other day. Nope. Diller's not whipping me no more. Nope. No more whips. Nope. This bullshit. It's bullshit. So my suggestion to all you Xbox sicko fans out there, you're losing the fight. We don't care if you're giggling like 12-year-old tween girls to yourselves, pony salt. We don't care about that. The community isn't with you. Fucking Xbox ain't even with you. They don't even care about the console anymore. Nobody's with you. You're on the sinking ship playing the trombone all by yourself. There's no honor in that. Because it would be different if Xbox was actually trying to satisfy you and give you what you want as a console gamer. They are neglecting you. They actually sunk the Titanic and they're moving on elsewhere, and you're still on the boat. Yes, this is in honor of Xbox. And they're looking at you like, fucking dummy. There is no honor in that. And I'm glad that D was able to recuperate from all the lashes and bricks to the head. Got his stomach pumped of all the puppy chow that he was being fed in the basement. Got him a nice sandwich and a beer, and it's come to his fucking senses. But you guys coming to this platform regurgitating shit that you done heard from Boomstick of all people, that's not even laughable anymore. It's like sad. Like I'm at the point now where I got to do wellness checks on you motherfuckers. No, don't take the whole bottle of aspirin, Fred. It's not that serious. Don't do that. It's getting to that point. What am I going off about? Let me show you. But hold on. We got to shout out this chat. I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you, Hoodrick Ace920. So this is working. I can't even see comments. I have to go to this third-party program that I'm using. Thank goodness for this. I can't even see you guys' comments. What's up, MM2K? Says Soldier for Life. He says you need to put Boomstick to Blast Man with that crazy outtakes he's been making this week. Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. Boomstick thinks Microsoft should buy WB. Ice Queen Gaming, hey Don, are the Astro controllers sold out? I'm at work and I tried to order it and it won't go in the car. They're saying, Michael, that you gotta go on Amazon and get it. Like, don't even fuck with PlayStation Direct. And that's on them. They're losing money in it having to be sold by a third-party entity. That's on them. They need to get their store together. So if you want it, go to Amazon. And they say that's the best way to get it. And they're saying it's even sold out there, right, Cold Blood? Like it's sold out on Amazon?
No, it was sold out on PlayStation Direct.
Okay. Okay, I thought you were saying it. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. Hi, Michael. I ordered the Astrobot controller for my nephew. Yeah, you guys like that Astrobot controller. I can dig it. I want that Concord one. And I know I ain't got no faith in Concord. It's not because I'm like, Concord is the game. Nah, fuck that game. I want that controller. That controller's badass. Fuck that water. All right. Let me show you guys something. So this is why, and Michael can tell you, Ice Queen Gaming can tell you, this is why if you're not a member, you want to hit that join button and become a member at the Foamy homie level, right? We only got 2 levels. We got a shout out level where you see your name scrolling at the bottom. You're gonna get that thing. Go ahead.
Moss, can you tell them the fucking origin of this shit? I think most people don't even know where this shit is coming from.
What shit is that?
Why we call that shit foamy, bro?
Oh, foamy. Oh yeah. Well, we call it foamy because of foam stars, right? Like we do this shit that we have these goals, or we have this series. It's called Foamy Friday, where on Fridays I play games that I don't want to play. Like, you guys give me the most fucked up games to play, and you guys get to grief me throughout the whole process, right? And it's some of the funniest experience ever. Like the last Foamy Friday that we did, I had to play I Am Fish, and that was the worst fucking gaming experience. And I had to do it for 6 hours because you guys hit so many goals. I had to do it for 6 hours, right? But now we have it attached to our member goals, right? So if we meet our members' goals for the week, which we're roughly around just simply 10 new members, 10 renewals, 10 gifted. Either of those 3. Either a gifted, a renewal, or a new member. As long as we get 10 of those in totality, then we'll reach the member goal. We didn't hit it this week, but hopefully we'll hit it next week, right? But yeah, it started with foam stars because I was fighting Cold Blood for. I'm like, I'm not playing that. She's like, man, you gonna play this shit, right? And so I played it, and we actually like had some fun with it, and then we played Peppa Pig and shit. It just become a comical experience. So we just named our membership levels based off of Foamy Friday. So if you don't understand where that's come from, that's where it's based in. All right, so here's what I want to show you guys, right? Okay, let's do this. Now, this is a video that I did earlier in the week with Cold Blood. It's a podcast. It was a mic check. And we talked about the PlayStation fiscal report doom and gloom exposed, right? And even though it was one of our shorter podcasts, you guys flocked to it, and we really appreciate you doing so. We went through some of the comments, which were absurd and ridiculous in nature, and we laughed at them. There was one in particular, though, and this is from somebody that I know, and I've noticed that he's become a big entity on the Xbox wood buffing side. His name is Boz Sean. I know this guy. Like, the guy, for a slight moment in time, was a fucking Stadia person, right? Me and him would talk about Stadia. Came on, he was on the Broadband Bully shows for like a hot minute. I really like the guy, and the guy is really fucking smart. Like, believe it or not, like, Cold Blood's like, nah, this is cap. But no, the guy is really fucking smart, bro. Like, an intelligent dude. That's why me and him became cool. And I would always try to get him on like the Stadia podcast, but for some reason, he just drifted over back to Xbox. And he got into the whole Xbox versus PlayStation thing. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And since then, he's become this PlayStation wood buffer, or Xbox wood buffer. Here's what he had to say in contrast to the video, right? I warn you, viewer discretion is advised. Like, brain cells could rot and erode while you're listening to this. Viewers' discretion is advised. So here's what he has to say. He says, just an FYI, PlayStation is actually down 46% from last quarter. PlayStation is doing worse than Xbox, bro. People are focusing on the lower number of 27% year over year to soothe their pain. PSN also lost 50% of its users. I want you to focusing on that part because this is the part that helped me understand where he got this dog shit from. 61 million is shipped. Only 50 million people actually have a PlayStation 5. So there is 11 million PlayStation 5s just sitting on shelves, right? Okay. Some games still sell more on PlayStation 4, which that's not hard to fathom. There's 118 million PlayStation 4s that were sold. There's a lot of people that still have PlayStation 4s. I mean, there's 60 million PlayStation 5s out there. It's outpacing PlayStation 4 7% in the States. It's only down 3% in globally, but even though it's down 3%, there's almost a 25 to 29% uptick in money spent per PlayStation 5 user versus PlayStation 4 user. So if you just apply basic math, that 3% gap is overcome by the fact that people on average are spending 30% more, right? Right, okay. In other words, PlayStation 5 is Sony's worst console. Now he talks about Bungie too, and he says those are the facts, bro. Now I do respond to him, but for a full breakdown of my response, I'll leave that for my. You can go on the video and see it myself, or if you want me to fully elaborate on my response, you can go check out what I said during the member stream. That gives my members something to to opine on. But it was this part right here, because I was like, hold on, where the fuck is this coming from? PlayStation lost 50% of its users, PSN, and then it immediately hit me what this was. This was based off an unsubstantiated report from Gamerant of all people that talked about PlayStation Plus games losing 50% of its users on games. So they looked at the new games that came out for PlayStation Plus and they said, oh, we had less people engaging in the games on PlayStation Plus this month than we had engaging on PlayStation Plus last month. They did not say that PlayStation Plus lost 50% of its subscribers. Because if they lost 50% of their subscribers, then the monthly active users wouldn't be 116 million. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Right? But I automatically knew what report they were misconstruing. I just didn't know where until now. Again, I'm going to say this, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. And this is no cap. This is not theatrics or anything, because I put this in a DM that I was just in, because I mean this. Hold on, what the fuck? Hold on, we're going to try this again. Maybe it's my computer that's acting up, because I'm just doing simple copy and paste, and it's not copying and pasting shit. I think, there you go. All right, try this again. All right, so this is where this, I'm saying this, and I mean this truly from the bottom of my heart. Every console or every platform has fanboys. They have PC Master Race, you have the Nintendites or Nintenderds or whatever you want to call them. You have the ponies and you have the Xbox. Xbots are clearly the dumbest fucking cult of gamers I've ever met in my life. Period. And as a former Xbot, I got to go get my head examined and shit. I don't know how many brain cells I've lost in the process. Literally. Like this current lineup of Xbox enthusiasts or fanboys, they are so fucking stupid that simple comprehension skills they lack. And they will take sourcing, as long as it sounds good to them, they will actually run blindfolded with the butcher knife in her hand. See, I got something. I'm going to stop you now. See? And then get mad at you when they land on the fucking knife. Let's break down this this goofy news. Excuse me. Not supposed to say that word. Let's break down this goofy news. This is the source. I put here. Shout out. No, let's start here. Jamie's Act. Shout out to Jamie's Act because he put this out here from Boomstick. Now, Boomstick, I guess, is mad that he's being called out because he made the prediction. Look, guys. I hear Helldivers 2 is coming to Game Pass. That fell flat on his face. He's now going scorched earth with the rhetoric, right? Let's play what he said in regards to what's happening. Now, he's talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro and why they're quote unquote hoping that the PlayStation 5 Pro doesn't exist. And listen to what he says about PlayStation Plus. That's the important part to take away from this. So we're going to play what he says, and then we're going to circle back and talk about the ridiculousness of this commentary. Here we go.
I'm going where the mythical PS5 Pro, is it a possibility or do they scrap it? Do you think that they have it in their budget based on some of the stuff that's going on? They got the Bungie situation going on. We have a report from GameRant.com that in July, they lost over 50% of their subscribers to their two top tiers of PlayStation Plus. I don't think we're going to see a PlayStation 5 Pro. And I add caveat to that on the back end, Pixel. Why would they release it when they don't have any major first-party games releasing this year that could show off what they're doing? What do you think? PS5 Pro in the fall or nay?
I mean, I say nay. There is no reason to put out another console. They should be taking whatever effort they have now and put it into the effort of making a better PS6.
And I don't know. I don't think there's anything out there that they have ready or that's going to hit the market. Even the big third-party games this year. Xbox has got the marketing on those.
So if this is such a tough, it's a business decision from hell. Now, if they've spent the R&D and made something, do they then scrap it? It's been done before. So It can happen that they can just scrap the bloody thing, which to me makes the most sense because really I have no idea who it's for. I just have never understood what the PS5 Pro is for.
What are you talking about? And I'm like,
this thing's real.
We know it's real. It's absolutely 100% real.
This news story kind of confirms it's real, other than the developer disclosures that are on DevNet right now.
Okay. So again, just to make sure that you understand that even though the PlayStation 5 conversation is kind of loopy or whatever, I'm focusing on what he said about PlayStation Plus. Let's hear it again.
5 Pro. And I add caveat to that on the back end, Pixel. Why would they release it when they don't have any major Bungie situation going on? We have a report from GameRant.com that in July, they lost over 50% of their subscribers to their two top tiers of PlayStation Plus.
Okay, you heard it. Broomstick said that they lost 50% of their subscribers to their two top tiers. This is what Gamer Rant's article actually says. Quote, according to data sampled from over 3.1 million PSN accounts, True Trophies found that PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games underwent a 48.67 drop in player numbers in July when compared to June's 2024's game lineup. And you can read the rest. They're talking about player activity in games. Boomstick said what? Let's go back to what Broomstick said.
Pro. Is it Pro? PS5 Pro? Is it a possibility, or do they scrap it? Do you think that they have it in their budget based on some of the stuff that's going on? They got the Bungie situation going on.
Listen, this is what he said.
Report from GameRant.com that in July they lost over 50% of their subscribers to their 2 top tiers of PlayStation Plus.
See, he said they lost subscribers when the report that he cites says that they lost player numbers in games. The PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games underwent a 48.67 drop in player numbers compared to June's game lineup. This is why I said that Xbox fanboys are the dumbest fucking group of gamers on the planet ever. Like this lineup of creators and gamers, you are fucking idiots now. You're suffering from brain rot. And here's why I say this. Because this dude, Bashon, that I know this guy. Like, I know this dude. I know him. I talked to him personally. Smart guy, like super intelligent dude. He comes back with this. Where the guy that I met, 5 years ago, would have never fell for this. Like, being an Xbox fanboy, like you got to go through like a lobotomy process or something like that, right? Like it's like that one superhero chick off of fucking The Boys this past season, where she was so intelligent she had to lobotomize herself and make herself stupid, and then in the end result, all she wanted to do was fuck and eat onion rings and shit. like what is going on here? I know this dude. He's a smart person. I've talked to him. Where does this come from? This is idiocy. The reading comprehension is so porous over there. What is wrong with y'all? So I say in response, so hold on. This is the source of the alleged PlayStation Plus lost 50% of its players? Laugh my ass off. The report indicates a drop in players who engage with games on PlayStation Plus, not overall subscribers. The report is based in plus number 2. This is the biggest kicker of it all. The report is based off a data sample from True Trophies, a guesstimate site. I wonder when Xbox flies these people out, are they flying them out and they're having dinner? Or are they having crack smoking sessions? Like, do they just sit in a circle jerk and just pass around a crack pipe? How do you get they lost 50% of their subscribers from a 48.67% drop in player numbers? When you compare July 2024 to June 2024's game, it clearly says game lineup. There was a reduction in activity for game lineup. There's no fucking way that True Trophies can tell you who's unsubscribing from PlayStation Plus. All they monitor is play activity. How the fuck is True Trophies gonna know who's unsubscribed? I would suggest that if you're one of these rabid Xbox fanboys who fall for shit like this, take your cases, your controller, and get them tested for crack residue. Maybe a little bit of PCP juice. Something's got to be on your stuff that you're inhaling that you just don't. Look again, and this is why this dude. I don't know Boomstick, and I don't give two monkey shits about what that dude does in his content. I know this guy. I know this guy is smart. What happened? Get your hardware tested. Get your blood tested to see if you've ingested some crack. This is the stupidest manifesto of idiocy I've ever laid eyes on in my life. It's just stupid. I have no tolerance for stupidity, especially from smart people. Fell off a moving truck. Got head butted by a great shark. So show me something. Okay, I'll ease up. I'll ease up. But if it's just simply you ingesting all of this Xbox buffoonery, and now you want to be a buffoon to belong, look, man, I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you, from what I surmise, you're like in your 30s or something like that. In your 30s, do we got to go like to the YMCA and find you a big brother or something? Like, I'm concerned. There cannot be a desire to belong to a group like this when you're that smart. This is purebred lunacy. This is crack pipe talk. It's idiocy in its purest form. Now, like I said, if this dude want to go out here and say this goofy shit, so be it. Whatever. Doesn't mean that you gotta entertain it. Like, what are you guys doing here? I don't understand. Nonetheless, we'll see what the chat thinks about all this. We got Juice in the house. Shout out to Juice, man. Juice be everywhere we at. We got Muhammad Omer. He says, good day, guys. Did anyone see the Xbox fanboys was avoiding Rockstar? Look, Rockstar could be Muhammad. Rockstar could be what do you call it? Could be boycotting them. You think Rockstar cares that Xbox, like everywhere Strawzelnet goes, he shits on Game Pass. He told the Game Pass numbers publicly with Phil Spencer on the line when Phil Spencer clearly didn't want the numbers being told. He has no respect for Phil Spencer, bro. None. He don't give a fuck about them. And why should he? I gave a scenario earlier. Let me give the scenario again. There's all this upheaval, and there's all these people upset that Xbox is getting the shaft. Xbox is getting played out and all this other shit. Let me give you a scenario. Muhammad, you own a business. Cold Blood and I, we work for your business. The business is we're selling lemonade. All right. So you got one neighborhood where we sell this lemonade that you make. And of course, you got to go buy the lemonade. You got to buy the sugar and, you got to make it and buy the pitchers and the cups and all. So there's a cost to this. This is not just, this is all revenue. This is all profit. This is revenue versus expenses, which will lead to your profit. But you're selling this lemonade in this one neighborhood where you're selling like 10,000 fucking glasses a day, man. Like, you can't keep up with the lemonade sales, right? Like, me and Cold Blood are trying our best. It's taking us a hard time to keep up with the demand. These motherfuckers are like nagging, like, come on, more lemonade, but you're making a killing, Muhammad, right? One day, somebody from a conjoining neighborhood taps you on your shoulder, Muhammad, and they say, hey, we want you to sell this lemonade over here too. So, as the astute business person that you are, you say, well, absolutely. Like, fuck, let's check this out. There's opportunities to expand. You guys are right next to this neighborhood. There's no reason to believe that you guys do anything radically different. If we're getting 10,000 here, that should be in the ballpark figure of what we're going to get from you guys. Oh, man, this is going to be awesome. Can't expand right now because, of budgetary reasons and budgetary constraints. Can't. But right now, let's send somebody over there and see what the demand and the supply is. So Muhammad, you send me over there. You still got Cold Blood with you in the original neighborhood, in neighborhood A, and you send me over to neighborhood B to service them to see what we're working with. I get over to neighborhood B, and I can't even sell a picture. Like 3 motherfuckers come a day. I don't even sell a picture a day. We're over, and remember, neighborhood A, you're selling 10,000 glasses a day. You're going through pictures. You're going through all this hardship to just keep up with the demand. I'm just sitting over here, sitting pretty, cleaning my nails, picking my navel on my phone, because there's only 3 motherfuckers that I'm servicing a day. And then the week totals come out, and you're like, hold on. We have 10,000 a day here, but we only got 3 here. Like, MM, what's going on? Bro, there's only 3 motherfuckers coming today, Muhammad. What can I do, bro? I tell you what you do. You bring your rabbit ass back over here. Fuck those people over there. Fuck them. Now, in me explaining that to you, Muhammad, does it sound nonsensical if you pull me from there and say, look, we don't got time to mess with y'all. Y'all got to get a bigger demand because of the restraints that we have as far as our manpower and the demand that we have elsewhere. We can't send nobody over here just to sell 3 glasses of lemonade a fucking day. Anywhere else you hear that, you'd be like, that makes sense, right? So if it makes sense in any line of business, why the fuck doesn't it make sense for Xbox? The sales on Xbox are abysmal. Capcom, SNK, they don't even want to put remakes on the motherfucker. GTA will do fine if they never sell another fucking copy on Xbox. You think GTA 6 won't break records if they say we're not coming to Xbox? You think they won't break records? This is not confusing. This is not controversial. It's just business. The demand is just not there. Now, we fucked around and played around with, hey, shit, Rockstar and GTA 6, they could be looking at making $2 trillion or $2 billion, whatever, you know what I'm saying? $2 billion or whatever, whatever. The launch week. Shit, if Xbox comes out and gives them $1 billion for it to be day and date and Game Pass, they might have a chance. Like we were just fucking around and coming up with certain scenarios that can give a good spike to Game Pass, right? A good consistent spike to Game Pass. Like let them throw in some V-Bucks every month. They pay Rockstar $1 billion, $2 billion to do that. And motherfuckers get like 500, whatever, VC virtual coins or whatever. That might boost up game, but that's not going to happen. Or, I mean, anything's possible, but that's likely not going to happen. But Strauss is like, hold on. Game Pass is struggling. Okay, they got a mediocre 3% boost based off of the service last quarter, year over year, where they've had abysmal numbers. It's not like PlayStation, where PlayStation is less than 3% behind the PlayStation 4. So they got industry leading numbers. It's not like PlayStation. They had abysmal numbers last year. Who gives a fuck if they went up 3%? The business is doing poor. So he's like, look, man, we got a premium product here. We get that there's a lot of talk about Game Pass. Don't even associate our product, something like GTA 6 to Game Pass. If they want to do that shit with Call of Duty, that's Call of Duty. Motherfucker, this is GTA. So what y'all gonna do? I mean, well, fuck y'all, man. We're gonna boycott you. He doesn't care. Why would he care? They're gonna have a fickle of enough time dealing with all the sales that are gonna come on PlayStation alone. And all the activity coming on PlayStation alone. Let you handful of fanboys that, again, believe this dumb dog shit that you see on the screen. Let y'all get upset. Let y'all congregate together. We're going to boycott. He don't care. The sensible Xbox consumer is still going to buy GTA. They understand the predicament that Xbox in, and they ain't paying y'all no attention. And B, even if Xbox were to say, well, you know what? We don't like what you said, Strauss, so which they never would. They never would. We don't want your game on our platform. If they were to lose their rabid fucking minds and say that, Strauss is like, okay. Well, then we'll see your people trade in their Xboxes to get PlayStations. I bet you PlayStation will be fucking excited about that. Okay. Like, stop it. Truly stop it. Like, truly stop it. The desire to belong cannot be that severe. Truly stop it. Bruh man from the fifth flow says some of these Xbox dudes are delusional. Shake my head, spreading fake news. We got Geeky says, oh. He says you need to get checked to MM2K. The Xbox RDNA in your. Hey, bro, I told you. Hey, yo, hey, T. Harris, I'm not going cat. I'm not going cat. I need to get some tissue samples done. They need to do a biopsy on your boy. See how much of that shit seeped into my bloodstream. I'm scared now. About to start a GoFundMe for the
your lobotomy.
No, for the biopsy. I don't want to get any dumber. I don't want to get any secondhand dumbness. I don't want to get any more dumber than any secondhand dumbness I got from reading that shit. I can't afford that. I ain't gonna front, T. Harris. I might need to give up some tissue samples. Yeah, man, we're sorry to say, MM, you have 15% of Xbox dumbness in your muscle tissue. You got 8 months to play games right now. You got 5 more weeks to be able to read. Sorry, dude. Sorry, brother.
Nah, you got a free subscription for a year for that.
I mean, the bright side is you get free subscriptions. You get a free subscription to Halo Infinite for the rest of your life. Bad news is you're not going to be able to read. You're not going to be able to read and do simple math ever again. Geek says, you back. That's right. I'm back. I'm back on my bullshit. Look how casually they lie. I know, Emma, but I can't get mad at Broomstick. I can't get mad at him. At some point in time, like, here's what it is. These motherfuckers just want to belong somewhere. So that, hey, boss man, bro, we've rapped before. Just hit me up in the DMs. And if you need a big brother, I'll find you one. I can't be around you. I got to treat you like COVID in the beginning and shit like that. I got to treat you like Blue Now. I'm not catching no secondhand dummy. But I'll find you someone that's willing to take that risk. You need a big brother or something like that. Under no shape, form, or fashion should you be flocking to this stupidity. It's stupidity. The fuck is wrong with you? Or maybe they trust liars and then unknowingly spread the lies on their podcast. Pathetic shit. Absolutely. Losing 50% of subscribers would have been exact. Thank you. Thank you. Fucking true trophy. Hold on. Just to show. If you didn't laugh, you would cry. This amount of stupidity is just, it's unbelievable. I want to show you guys true trophies. I want to show you what true trophies look like. Let's do this. This is what true trophies look like. This is true trophies, right? This is what true trophies look like. You're telling me these motherfuckers know how many people are subscribed to PlayStation Plus? True trophy. Okay. If you don't know what true trophies is, as far as their data collection, they do with a lot of different data collection sites do. They take a sample size of activity. They use APIs. We even do it on Cloud Dosage to a degree, where they take a sample size of APIs that are available to the public, and they run little scripts and extract data, and they use that sample size to try to and they apply a formula to that sample size and try to come up with guesstimates of how much did this and how much did that. So what they did is they took a sample size of information that was available through the public and theorized that PlayStation lost 48% of player activity on its latest rounds of PlayStation Plus games. Not 48% or 50% of their subscriber base, but 48%. Like Emma, like you just said, that would be crazy news. Like I hear shit all the time. Like shout out to my brother J-Dub. I love J-Dub, but J-Dub is a troll. Now there are times that J-Dub puts his shit out there that I'm like, oh man, I didn't know that. But if I were to run automatically with something that J-Dub put out there, that's not his fault. Like if I were to run out there and say something that and it's totally wrong, J-Dub is just trolling. That's not his fault. Broomstick is just trying to make a living off of this sad and pathetic Xbox parasocial relationships that people have out there. That's basically what he's trying to do. From all appearances, allegedly, supposedly. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't blame him. I mean, it's stupid and it's clownable content, but he's not the problem. This motherfucker's the problem. Yes, and this motherfucker who I know, he's a problem because he's smarter than this. And if you weren't the wiser, you're like, oh, I know, boss man, like boss show, like he's smarter than it. Why would he not? There might be some truth to this. This motherfucker is the problem. It's the people cascading this shit. Like Cold Blood and I was having this conversation with the members too. And I'll just touch on it briefly because we're going to move on. We were having this conversation about Colt Eastwood. And we were in our conversation, we were talking about how, what's the word I'm looking for? How guilty he is or how responsible he is for a lot of this bullshit being cascaded. And don't get me wrong. Yeah, Colt propagandizes a bunch of bullshit and puts it out there in the ethos. But you gotta understand that the overwhelming majority of his followers, his dedicated followers, that helps it get from Colt Eastwood to you, like there's a chain it goes through. Like there's people that add to his numbers. that go out there and say, according to Colt Eastwood, like he's a viable source, like he's a valid source, according to Colt Eastwood. Like he's just not a speculation creator. That's all he is. He's a speculation creator. He's a pro Xbox speculation creator who speculates and overexerts himself to have positive Xbox conversations and overexerts himself to have negative PlayStation conversations. That's it. If you understand what the content is for, then and you apply it properly, there's nothing wrong with you listening to Colt Eastwood. But it's when you start taking this over exaggeration and try to make it sound like that it's plausible fact. He's the problem. Boss Sean is the problem, not Colt, not Broomstick. They're the problems. Because they're the link between their content creation BS to you. They help link that shit to you and cascade it down to you. When they should know better. They're the problems. Zero Bros Up says PlayStation sweet, and he says MM2K going off right now. I'm just saying, man. I just got to call it like I see it, man. And when we did this, and we were just going to do it for members content, because normally when I go kick these ribs in personally on these content creators, like I don't want to put too much out there for them to be like, oh, there's a beef or whatever like that, because it ain't even that serious. I'm just calling out the bullshit. So I normally do it with our members, and I just address the news stories and the people that pass the news stories. But I had to address this publicly. Like, this is the biggest crock of bullshit out there. And I wanted to open you guys' eyes to who the real problem is. The real problem is not the Colt Eastwoods or the Broomsticks, in my opinion. It's the sycophants that propagandize and pass down their bullshit. Like it's fact. Like this motherfucker is sitting here and said PlayStation also lost 50% of its users. Those are the facts, bro. Those are the facts, bro. He's the problem. And the sycophants like him. Said ran from hell. She said the crack pipe theory would explain content creator behavior. It sure would. Hey, yo, Dr. Killshot in the house says, I'm sorry, MM2K. It's entertaining as hell. I love seeing a circus act. I know y'all do. But see, Soldier for Life, you know how to apply it. I'm not mad. See, I would never want to shit on what a content creator does, whether I think it's valuable or not. Because people may think what I'm doing is invaluable. I've had plenty of people try to tell me to my face, oh, all you do is hate. That's all you do over there is hate, right? Why can't you be more positive on games? I love you, you love me. Like, I don't do that Barney shit over here. I've been gaming for almost 40 years. Next year will be my 40th year anniversary fucking gaming. I ain't got time. I don't get happy just going boom, 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 pow, pow, pow. I have standards. And gamers have standards. And it's one thing if a game just doesn't live up to our standards. You can get over that. But when you actively deceive consumers, lie to people, and fleece them of their cash, that's where I step in. Sony going to cancel PlayStation 5 Pro for Xbox. Michael Morales said, this is hilarious to me. Hit the like button, please. Done and hit. Never use true trophies. Oh, yeah, most people don't waste their time with that shit. I'm fine. Don't still have 120 plus subs. Colsey's, what is it, Joe? You're in the first fawns. Xbox is slightly ahead of the PlayStation 5 worldwide. What's going on? Boomstick lies, but he won't tell the truth. And look, and he's entitled to do that, unfortunately. And thank God that YouTube is starting to get community notes. Thank God. So hopefully that'll start regulating some of this bullshit that's out here. Right?
I think J Gaming is gonna come back with vengeance, bro.
Oh,
he's gonna community note every single video we have.
He's going,
dumb shit.
Yeah. Oh, there's going to be, but that means that you guys are just going to, like you guys do on Twitter. You guys are just going to have to be just as vigilant and make sure that if somebody comes up with a community note that's falsified or that's not truly accurate, y'all come down and y'all shoot it down. That's all. All right. So I wanted to show you guys that, just show you some of the bullshit that's out there and why. Look, man, say what you want about us. We gonna come correct, and we're gonna tell you the truth. We have our preferences, yes we do. There's no doubt about it. We prefer the PlayStation console. But as you'll see even here, where we talk about the PlayStation trying to reach its new goals, like we're gonna, it's not gonna be all roses about that shit either. I'm not sitting there trying to whack off and milk the prostate of $1 trillion company. We don't do that shit here. Oh, good. Got it all over me. Thanks, Xbox. We don't do that shit here. We have our preferences. We talk about the good and the bad. And when there's bad, we sit there and tell our platforms of choice, you need to fucking do better. Because I'm paying you. That's why. And no, I don't do that. I love you. You love. I don't do that, Barney. We don't do this Barney shit over here. So we have standards. People are being lied to. We're stepping in the gap. So let's get into this. Just wanted to show that to y'all. That was a bunch of a crock of bullshit. All right. Let's do this. Let's now go and let's talk about the Xbox news. So for those of you that don't know, Xbox is having a hard time amongst its creators, right? Like their creators are going ape shit over the platform and not in a good way. I want to show you guys something. Here we go. It's bada boom, bada bing. Okay, if you haven't seen this, get your popcorn. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to go to get your popcorn, go take your whiz in a little bit. Let me preface this video that you're about to see. This is Fonzarelli, Jay Fonzarelli, who has a podcast. And this past week, he had like a semi RDX reunion where they brought on Zocker, D-Batch, Cold Eastwood, and the only person that was missing was Diller. Like Hargeet has been a guest on there as well. And he's like, I guess, a second host on Fonzarelli's podcast. Okay. So, so they were talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro. And then they were talking about Xbox console numbers. I'm not going to play what they say about the Xbox console numbers because they're just simply regurgitating what we've said in the past. Like you saw Paris and Destin do it last week. Now these guys are doing it because it's the sycophant trend. They're like, oh, they're getting buzz. Paris and them is getting buzz for doing it. Oh, this will get our numbers up too. Let's repeat what they're doing, right? So I'm not even going to play that part here, but I'm going to play for you the interesting part. This is where I said, D-Bat, stop getting bricked. The dealer's not around, man. My head is safe, man. I don't have to wash my mouth out. Get all the puppy chow in my mouth, man. Oh, I'm safe. D-Batch is like, fuck it. Gloves is off. I look, loved RDX for what it was worth, but I'm not playing with you motherfuckers this time around. Now we're going to talk the truth. And he decimates this whole panel. We're going to play it right now. I babbled long enough to let you go take a whiz, go get your popcorn, go grab you a beer, whatever the case is. Now let's get into this shit. Here we go.
I can see Xbox going that route where they're not the ones investing in this.
I think that's the better route.
And to me, like, that is a better route because that doesn't cost Xbox money. That's a business side.
When it comes to multiplats, they'd rather just buy them on the PlayStation 5 because PlayStation 5 doesn't have that stigma. I don't think Xbox can break that stigma in these other countries. I don't think they can. Here in the US, Xbox sells fine. There's no big issues with the US. It's elsewhere. And I think to change that mindset that PS5 is the best in other.
No, this is the video where they're basically doing what I said. I grabbed the wrong video. Hold on. That's the video where I said they were doing what I said, where they were basically just mimicking what what's the face had said. That's the Ligari in Paris where they went viral. All right, here's the video where they're talking about, and again, I don't want to play that video because all it is just trends being followed. That shit I don't care about, and neither should you. What you should care about is this exchange right here about the PlayStation 5 Pro and D-Batch, like, just going off. Here we go.
The PlayStation 5 Pro is rumored to have a 10% boost in performance on the CPU.
Yes,
and
that is
AI
correct.
upscaling is not going to push a game up to 60 FPS.
If it has dedicated hardware on there it's not going to be 4K 60. Nobody's fucking saying that. But at a 1440p 60 with upscaling, let's just wait and see, man.
Because I think performance-wise, CPU-wise,
it wouldn't
the PS5 Pro can't be that much better than the Series
Okay, I got to
X.
stop you right there. That's super cap because it doesn't have the same hardware. No,
it does.
It's versus an AI upscaler that's on a neural network that has dedicated hardware. It's like night and day difference. But like, I can't say with certainty that it's going to be 60 FPS on the PlayStation 5 Pro. I can't. And nobody can say that.
I would love it to be
one
that,
thing,
though.
One thing I can say is that it's not going to be 30 FPS on the PlayStation 5 Pro. It will most definitely
I would
have an
say
unlock
that's
mode.
that's
Because it just has extra GPU power alone. And that would be something that would really move the needle with the PlayStation 5 Pro. I got to be honest with you. If games are looking and running better on the PlayStation 5 Pro, console guys are fickle. They're gonna want that console over the Series X, over the regular PlayStation 5. It's just the way
They
they
already want the console over the
and to think that no games are gonna run at a higher frame rate on the PlayStation 5 Pro is kind of asinine. There are also games that are GPU limited. The games that are GPU limited will not be GPU limited on the PlayStation 5 Pro, which will allow them to actually have a higher frame rate, even though the CPU is just 10% better.
But hold on, D. I know you're saying that they're gonna go for their fickle and all that. They're not fickle, bro. Like it's over. PlayStation is at like 61 million sold apparently now reported. The Xbox is already at 28 or 30 million.
And there's
just
no
so everybody
world-
knows, I got destroyed 4 years ago when I said that I don't think the Series X and the Series S is going to reach 45 million. That's what I said. I said they're going to reach 45 million at the cap. That's the most they're going to sell. And I got killed for it. You could talk to Hargeet. You could talk to everybody in here. I said that live. I said that everywhere. And they might not even reach 35 million at this rate.
So this is where we're at when it comes to people still wanting to hate on. They're being truthful about Xbox, but they still just want to hate on PlayStation, right? D-Batch was like, "Fuck it, man. The gig is up." He's like, "Fuck it. The gig is up, man." Like Diller's not here to beat me in the back of the head with the wolf of bat anymore. He's not here to make me eat old sardines that he found in Family Dollar somewhere. Like, I'm going to speak my mind. And it's the truth. Now, when I say it's the truth, I'm not saying that the specs that he's saying about the PlayStation 5 are just etched in stone. What he's saying is, look, in so many words, you guys are just hating. Like, there are possibilities here that it can do some things. You guys are just hating. Like he said it himself, let's just wait and see. And this is why we don't talk about the PlayStation 5 Pro publicly, because it's like, this is all smoke and mirrors. Until PlayStation announces it, we don't know what the fuck is going on with this thing. So there's no point in us in really like getting all into it and all that other shit until we find some facts out. And PlayStation is not going to say anything about the PlayStation 5 Pro until they feel like they absolutely have to, because what will happen is, I mean, and Cold Blood and I theorized and talked about this earlier. There could be people that are holding out that would buy PlayStations. There could be people simply holding out because the PlayStation 5 is not, the PlayStation 5 Pro is supposed to be coming out. And they're like, instead of me buying a PlayStation 5 this year, if this PlayStation 5 Pro was coming out, I'd rather have that. So I'm gonna just sit back and wait. They don't want that. If you're gonna buy a PlayStation, if you're part of a demographic to buy a PlayStation, they don't mind if you buy it early. Like if you were, I'm gonna wait till the summer, but you decide to buy it in February, yeah, buy it early. But they don't want you just sitting back and not buying it at all and waiting. So we could. Let's stop the cap both ways. Let's not go out of our way to to D-Batch's point to make it sound like it's going to be 4K 60 on everything. But it sounds like that what they're aiming for is 1440p 60 upscaled. And you've heard me personally say that a 1440p upscaled with the right AI and machine learning tech can look marvelous. So look, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to say yay or nay. I'm more optimistic than I am pessimistic about it, but not enough to sit there and regularly do content on it either. But if it's going to come up during a topic, let's not cap and say, like the guy Hargeet, I don't even know what the purpose of it is or whatever. But you see a purpose in the Series S. And you see a reason for Xbox to come out again in 2026. Fucking stop it. Fucking stop it, please. So you had that going on. Cold Blood, what do you think about that? What do you think about that back and forth about the PlayStation 5 Pro? What are your thoughts on it? And what are your thoughts on the whole D-Batch now? D-Batch uncuffed, unchained. What are your thoughts on it?
See what happens when you don't have someone controlling your mind?
Exactly, yeah. Yep.
Bro, D-Batch is a different person now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. It's amazing to see that they still want to cling on to their PlayStation haterade. And again, we are PlayStation enthusiasts as far as the console is concerned. We don't always have positive things to say about play. Like a lot of times, a lot of you guys that listen to us because you're PlayStation enthusiasts and fanboys, we know a lot of y'all get turned off when we start getting on Concord and other shit, right? Y'all get mad. And that doesn't stop us. We don't care. We're here. We're gonna spotlight the truth. But with that being said, there are just some things that you cannot overlook here. You cannot overlook the might of the PlayStation and what it's been able to do this generation, despite a lot of its challenges. Do they need to keep it going? Did we experience some bullshit this, the latter half of the year? Absolutely. But we were told all this time, wait till Xbox does. Xbox is going, and I told people, I don't have no fucking faith in Xbox because they always speak out of the side of their ass. It's not the shit that they say is bad that they want to do. That's not the problem. The problem is they can never execute on it. Never. They always fall significantly short. So I know, I was telling folks, I know they said that they're going to do this or they're going to bring this out, they're going to bring that out. Number one, I don't even believe they're going to be able to deliver and bring all that shit out. That's what I said. Number two, if they do bring it out, I don't think it's going to be any good. That's what I said. Come to find out, once again, they fell short on the expectation of even bringing the shit out. Right? Let me do so. Hold on. Give me 1 second. It does the. And let me do something here because I did not. Oop. Come on.
Shout out to the 50 people.
Shout out to the 50 people here. Hold on 1 second. I got to listen to this voice message. Okay, my apologies. Hold on. Give me 2 minutes. Or Cold Blood, can you just share some more thoughts on all of this bullshit, even particularly with our homie Boss Sean? This is just going to be a 2-minute phone call. Hold on 1 second.
Make that an intermission. I'm doing something else with it.
Okay, gotcha. All right, we're going to be back in 2 minutes, y'all. Don't go anywhere. We're sorry. Hold on 1 second. Matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to play our video. I'm going to play an excerpt from our video. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. Hold on. Let me get the video set up right now. What's that? Where the video that we were supposed to be playing earlier. This perfect. This works out perfectly. Okay, here we go. PlayStation's fiscal year 2024 quarter one report came out, and the responses have been all but mild. They've been split from respectable despite current climate of hardware sales to, oh my God, PlayStation is collapsing. Now, the latter was kicked off as always from Bloomberg's own Takashi Mochizuki. He is known as the resident PlayStation hater who finds a way to spin every fiscal report from the company into a negative. But what was more bewildering was some of the takes from those who are normally more balanced. Some were looking at the quarterly financials and saw a reason to call out doom and gloom, while others who usually take the opportunity to hate on PlayStation had a more reasonable measure and a more reasonable outlook on the matter. What in the world is going on here? Is this the upside down world, or is it simply that the news is slow, therefore causing angst? Or should we truly be hitting the panic button, not only on PlayStation consoles, but like some suggest, the business altogether as it relates to consoles? Well, we tackle all this on the next installment of the Spill, our gaming hot topic video series. This is going to be a good one. Let's get into it. What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K of Geeks, Cloud Dosage, Hard Knock Digital Culture. And I'm back again with another episode of The Spill. This is where we talk about the hot button topic of the moment. And we got a good one for you. This one is entitled Rant PlayStation Console Sales Drops Overblown Response. Wow. All right. So before we get into this one, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and rock those bells for notifications, please. All right. So, okay. So where do we begin with this? Okay. First and foremost, this is overblown. Okay. I truly do think this is overblown. Why do I think this is overblown? Well, in order for me to fully exhibit what I'm talking about, let me show you this. This started because people are in a slow news cycle, and they first started kicking off this news cycle by saying, oh my God, look at Xbox. But that's really not done much because the Xbox diehards that are reading the headlines daily about Xbox and trying to see, how Xbox is taken into account, they're sicko fans for the most part. Not all of them, but most of them are sicko fans. All right. And they're looking to have Xbox shown in the most positive light. And so therefore they negate and ignore a lot of stuff that they just at the beginning of the generation cared for. These are the same people that told you, oh, gaming on anything less than 4K 60 couldn't be me. Sounds like what PlayStation is going to be doing. And then when it seemed like that was going to be the flip of reality, that they were going to see more 4K 30 games. Oh, it's okay. It's all right. Microsoft has a reason, right? And so many other things they've backtracked on. So you're not going to get a rise out of them except for, oh, this is the hating media, and they're going to just benefit on their own podcast. The PlayStation people who either troll or just left Xbox altogether, whatever range of the spectrum they come from, they already said, okay, yeah, I mean, it's jarring watching this happen, but we knew this was going to happen. So putting a spotlight on the actual news regarding Xbox wasn't going to do it. Here's now. Okay. That was my fault. Damn it. How long didn't y'all hear us?
Probably since you muted yourself when your ma called.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Jesus Christ.
Goddamn.
There's going to be a lot of this podcast where I'm going to be filling up the gaps and the holes and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So, I can't even remember what I said I can't even remember what I said before I muted myself.
Start again with the PlayStation news.
Okay. So with the PlayStation, they said that they are going to let's go back to the PlayStation. Hold on. They said Sony expects the PlayStation division revenues in the current fiscal year to reach $30 billion. This number is considered a new record for PlayStation if it's reached, and is greater than the last fiscal year. Long time? Says Michael. Okay, we'll try to figure out how long it was. So Cold Blood alluded to that we just went on about how delusional Xbox was in regards to the shit that they're doing. But PlayStation, I don't know where they're getting this from. I don't know how they're coming up with these numbers. But I will say this, I don't see them doing it. Like, you got Q2 is July and September. Granted, you got Wukong coming out, and that's inadvertently a console exclusive. October and December, what do you have coming? January and March, what do you have coming? Like bro, I don't know. I don't know. What do they have coming?
They got the masterpiece from Bloober Team, Silent Hill 2 remake. That's what they got coming.
Yeah, I don't know what they have coming. It just doesn't make it doesn't make any sense to me on why they think that they're going to do. And then if you look at this, 30 million, like the rumor is that they've never done 30 million. I don't have the other financials in front of me to say that, but it sounds like that they've never done 30 million, right? Like even last gen, the most that they done was 20 million. This gen, they did 20.8 million. They actually have a year where they did more than last year in a particular fiscal year. All I can tell you is that.
Wait.
Are
we talking now about money or hardware?
No,
that's very different.
Yeah, I think they're talking about. Oh damn! I'm sorry, I read that wrong. They said I thought they were talking about 30 million consoles sold. No, they said 30 billion. So they're talking about money. Okay, I'm glad. Good catch. I didn't catch that. I thought they were talking about console sold. No, they were talking about the $30 billion, which would be a PlayStation record. Okay, I don't have any numbers.
29 billion was the highest they got.
The highest they've ever done? Okay. I mean, you talking about ever?
I think so, yeah.
For all generations? Like, granted, they're selling at a higher price point now. I get that, but I would need to see PlayStation 2 sales. Let me see something real quick. What are PlayStation 2 sales? I would like to see. They don't have. Well, maybe they do. No, that's 4. Let me see if I can find a sheet for PlayStation 2 sale. Sony, what's this called? Business data and sales. Business data sales. No, that didn't work. There might not just be anything out here that I can just find that easy. And that sucks. But I would need to see, I would like to see this breakdown here, a similar breakdown as far as volume is concerned, to try to get an understanding of why they think they're going to reach 30 billion. The most they, does it say Cold Blood what console and what year they reached that 29 billion?
And that was just recently with the PS5.
Shout out to Geek to Sneak celebrating 4 months of membership. Says bring back Sega. Thank you, Geek to Sneak, for that. So I'm sorry, say that again, Cold Blood. You said it was when?
I think last year.
Oh, last year? Oh, okay. I mean, granted, PlayStation 4 was a juggernaut. Didn't, fell short of PlayStation 2 numbers, but again, games were $60. You got a lot more DLC and shit. Like you got a lot of more streams of revenue that happen in the current era of gaming than you did during the PlayStation 2 era. So I get it. I understand. Xbox, PlayStation Plus and all that other shit. You got way more endpoints of revenue that you could have versus before. That being said, I still don't understand where, why they think they're going to do like what's coming out. Like what is coming out? Trying to understand what are they releasing between now and March of next year? I don't fucking.
We had
Concord?
some people that knew about a showcase that will show us all the games coming soon, very soon.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on that showcase.
I don't see it. I'm sorry, PlayStation people. I don't see it. They're gonna fall. I think they're gonna fall short. I hope they don't think that. Like, there are no signs that Concord is going to be a success. None. Like, even though nobody could have predicted that Helldivers 2 was going to be as crazy as a phenom as it was, there were signs that it was going to do at least well, that, you know, this was going to be a profitable venue for PlayStation. Cold Blood and I was excited about it, and so forth. Like, you know, there was a generative buzz, you know, a genuine one at that was brought out about Helldivers. Just nobody knew that so many people would try to play it, but we knew that it was, you know, we had it in our minds that, hey man, this is likely going to be like, you know, something very profitable for Sony. There were no indications of that of Concord, none whatsoever. And I get, and PlayStation Sweden says Astrobot is game of the year. I get where Astrobot maybe can pull some numbers, like for some casual numbers. Okay. Astrobot, you know, I'm not going to take anything away from that. Astrobot for the holiday season can pull some casual numbers. But enough for you to get 30 billion for you to break record sales? Cold Blood, I just don't see it. Like, if you couldn't do it, here's what I'm saying. Let me show you guys. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. This is the most amount of PlayStations sold, at the very least, in the last 2 generations. And they still didn't break that record this year. They didn't break that record this year. Why are PlayStation sold important? Because the more PlayStation sold, the more software you're able to sell. The more, you know, if I get a new PlayStation, I want games to go with it. The more software that I'm going to be able to sell. And fiscal 2023 is really like the first year that all year round we felt the impact of the $70 game. This is the first year where officially the $70 game was impactful all fiscal year round. So even at that, with the first year that the $70 game was impactful all fiscal year round, you still didn't break it then. And you released Marvel Spider-Man 2. Don't get me wrong. The first half of this year was fucking phenomenal. Helldivers, Final Fantasy VII, Stellar Blade. And when I say phenomenal, I'm not just talking about quality. I'm talking about in sales. You guys own NPD. I get that. But after Stellar Blade, I just don't see the productivity that's going to lead to you outperforming this year, regardless of not just consoles, but dollars. I don't see it. How? How do you do it? You had more exclusives this year, don't get me wrong. And most of them so far, I mean, even Rise of the Ronin didn't do horrible. But I don't see it. I don't see it, Cold Blood. I think this is another year where they're overly ambitious. They were overly ambitious last year in console sales. And now they're overly ambitious in dollars made. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they're doing it.
It's easy. They asked Phil Spencer how to do it. Just
well, they asked
how do I get? No, they just asked him, "How do I get money out of my ass?" And he answered, "That's how they're gonna get to this number, bro."
Oh, PlayStation Sweden, you gotta play Stellar Blade. Like Stellar Blade, like Marvel Spider-Man 2. I can't talk. Marvel, I gotta play Marvel Spider-Man, but you gotta play Stellar Blade. Like it's fucking awesome. And I did not think I was gonna like that game that much. I love Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is a great game. It should have scored way higher than it did. But it is what it is, unfortunately. Geek said, I'm still waiting on my Stellar Blade copy. I don't why does Geek think he's getting the Stellar Blade copy from us? Are you just saying in general? Are you not wanting it or you're not expecting it from us? You're just wanting it in general. Black Myth Wukong coming out soon. Yeah, Ice Cream Gaming. I get that, but you know what? Me and Cold Blood was saying this is. I'm glad you brought that up, Ice Queen. Me and Cold Blood was talking about that. There's no physical copies being sold. And you guys do realize that for PlayStation gamers, like they love their physical copies still. Like that hurt. We were talking about it. We're going to talk about it further. That had an impact on Alan Wake 2. Or no, yeah, so I'm sorry. There's going to be a physical version, but the physical version is coming with a fucking code and not a disc. So I mean, you know. I get that a lot of people, like PlayStation had announced that, didn't they say 90%? Did I read that right? 90% of their purchases last fiscal were digital. Maybe I have that number too high. I get that. Don't get me, no, I don't. But Wukong, what'd you say?
I think it was 80.
80%. Okay, and that's a high number. I get that, but here's what you guys got to understand. Games like Wukong, even though they're heavily anticipated in circles, they're not big blockbuster name games. Like they're known games with us, the hardcore. They can do pretty well, but I don't think Wukong is going to do God of War numbers, you know, or Horizon numbers, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to do that, but I think it's going to do well, right? So when you have games like that don't have that casual reach, that's what I'm trying to say. They're not like casual reach games. When you have games that don't have that casual reach in their new IPs, you have to placate to the hardcore gamer. The hardcore gamer is expecting a physical copy. A hardcore PlayStation gamer is expecting a physical copy. So that's where I'm not saying that Wukong is going to flop, but I think Wukong's impact is not going to be as big as maybe PlayStation is banking on to think they're going to get to that 30 billion number. I don't see it. No price cut. What I mean, is it because of the Pro? Maybe that's what they're factoring in. Maybe they have, that could be it, Cold Blood. Maybe they're factoring in that, hey, we're going to be selling this PlayStation 5 Pro, and maybe they're banking that this PlayStation 5 Pro is going to sell a lot. So it makes me wonder what the price point is of the PlayStation 5 Pro. It makes me wonder what are its true capability, or what are the standard capabilities that we're going to get with games. I know it can vary from developer to developer, but what can we basically bank on to be the standard with games for the platform? And last but certainly not least, I said, what is the price going to be? What is going to be the standard? What is going to be the standard performance? And lastly, what games are coming with? What games are launching with it? Those are three critical things that'll determine if that thing is even going to be a success holiday season. The thing that is going to determine if the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be a success long term is how it handles with how it performs with Grand Theft Auto 6. That to me is going to be the make or break of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Because now you're convinced, a lot of people have PlayStation 5s, and a lot of people are starting to feel like, yeah, we got some cool games, we got some great experiences, but we got nothing like ultra blockbuster yet. There's a fair amount of people that feel that way. So I think that that unless you start having games regularly perform so much better on the PlayStation 5 Pro, like, okay, maybe they're 30 frames on the PlayStation 5, but then they're locked 60 on the PlayStation 5 Pro with a 1440p upscale regularly. Like, if you're running into those scenarios, then okay, I can see it doing better. But I think the thing that's going to make or break this console is GTA 5 or 6. If GTA 6, if the performance boost that you get with the PlayStation 5 isn't it significant enough to justify people upgrading or people even buying the console, then it's going to just be a niche console and it's not going to be that successful. But we're not even talking about that because GTA 5 isn't releasing until next fiscal. At the soonest. We're talking about right now. We're talking about the remaining months that we have is July through March of next year. What is coming between Astrobot, Wukong, and Concord in the PlayStation 5 Pro? What is it launching with? Like, what are you enhancing? You know?
I know what it's launching with.
What's that?
Crackdown 3.
Wouldn't that be some shit if Crackdown 3 and fucking Redfall were day one launches at 8K, 120 frames per second on the... Yeah, those are... Ooh. Those are, oh. We talk about console sellers. Those two were console killers. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't wish the luck of Xbox on my worst enemy.
Maybe the sequel to Super Lucky Stale.
Muhammad does bring up a good point. Is it going to be God of War Ragnarok on PC will be successful? We'll see. PlayStation 5 Sweeten says Sony has the rights to market GTA 6 and selling bundle PlayStation 5 with PlayStation 5 Pro. It's a done deal. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that bundle moves unless it could be like PlayStation 5. There's certain intangibles that have to be in place. Like, I argue if you run into a scenario where Grand Theft Auto 6 is 30 frames per second on the base consoles, but it's 60 on the Pro, There you have it. There you have it. It's a wrap. And if this upscaler is like top-notch upscaler, like where shit comes through crystal clear and don't look all fuzzy, does it? Then yeah, then I'm with you. Then yeah, that's a knockout punch. But if like you're getting 60 on base consoles and you're getting 60 here, like on a PlayStation 5 Pro, for you to get prettier 60, I don't know. I don't know if that'll work. We'll see. But I don't, I'm with Cold Blood. I just don't see it. All right, folks. That's it for the PlayStation news. Let me ask you guys something. Can somebody in the chat let me know? I'm curious on that because I can't see it until the podcast.
Oh, wait. Can we address what Andrew Wilkins just said?
Sure. He says Sony doesn't need GTA 6 to sell consoles. People act like they don't want to admit that Sony creates the best games ever. Go ahead, brother.
The problem with that statement in 2024 right now is that the best games ever that you are talking about is Concord and Astrobot. I mean, they are not fucking console sellers. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, God of War would probably sell a lot of fucking PlayStation 5 right now. But God damn it, a fucking Concord? Nah, bro. Definitely not.
I had to put that was the sound. That was the soundboard. Oh man, that was funny. That was funny. I'm sorry, Andrew. He got you there, brother. He got you
Andrew,
there because
I never said Astrobot is a bad game. I said it's not a console seller.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that what's this sound?
With or without nuts?
Oh. Yeah, I don't think that we are seeing I don't think we're seeing content that will and Andrew, here's what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that they won't do good numbers. I'm not saying that they won't do good sales. I just don't think that they will break their sales record off of Concord and Astrobot and even Wukong when they couldn't do it last fiscal with Marvel Spider-Man 2 coming and Final Fantasy 16. Like, granted, they had more games this year, but I'm saying, like, I don't see it. Like, if Marvel Spider-Man 2 couldn't push it, if having Baldur's Gate be a timed exclusive couldn't push it, like, and I feel like Baldur's Gate is going to be a bigger game than Wukong. I mean, Cold Blood may disagree. It's going to be a bigger, when I say bigger game, I mean as far as sales are concerned. I think Baldur's Gate is going to sell more copies than Wukong will on PlayStation. That's how big that game was. But if having that day and date as far as consoles is concerned, or having an exclusive launch period for that game, if Marvel Spider-Man didn't do it, if Final Fantasy 16 didn't do it, I don't think, and I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't think that Concord, not being ignorant to everything that came out earlier. I mean, granted, Helldivers 2 sold a lot, and the other games did well, but I don't see where Concord and Astrobot would push you over to break that record. It's still, to your point, Andrew, they're still going to sell a lot and make a lot of money. I'm not saying they're not going to do that, but we're talking specifically about breaking that record. You are right. You are right to where they don't need the PlayStation 5 Pro to sell well and make money. We're just saying that in the context of breaking that record, there's nothing coming out that is indicative of them breaking that record. That's what we're saying. So I think we're like kind of like talking about two totally different things. Andrew said Lawbreakers and Drawn to Death were very good. Good game, good flop games at times. Concord will likely do okay. Yeah, that's the concern. I'm not saying they won't get close. But breaking that record when you didn't last year, I don't know, man. Yeah, and you did well at the first half of the year, but Concord, Wukong, and Astrobot got to carry you over the finish line. Oh man, you're gonna do well. You're gonna score well, but that's a hard. That's a hard one, man. All right, so let's go to our final segment, which is Alan Wake and Remedy. Look, here's the thing, and I like Remedy. It hurts me doing this. Well, let's see here. Let me see if I can find.
You liked them so much that you didn't even bother playing Alan Wake 2?
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you why I think, in my opinion, that Alan Wake 2. Okay, I like this. This is what inspired me to even talk about this. Shout out to Porter Rock. Here we go. These are Remedy's half one 2024 earnings. Quarter two revenue, they were up 16% year over year, but I don't know what the fuck is EBITDA. They're negative 2.4 million. Says Alan Wake 2 has recouped most of its development and marketing expenses, but did not generate royalties yet. That's crazy. So we're like, fuck. When did that game come out? In October? So we're October, November, December, January, March, April, May, June, July, August. We're like fucking 9 months off of almost a full year, creeping up on a full year since launch. And they still haven't generated royalties for a game like this. Oh man, that's going to be a tough sell. Control 2 passed to production and readiness. Max Payne 1 and 2 remake now in full production stage. Here's what Porter Rock said. This game was day one multiplat, had a moderate budget, around 50 million, and still didn't make profit. Keep in mind, Remedy is a well-known developer, and Alan Wake 2 was receiving critical acclaim when it came out. Let this be a lesson. A game can be a multiplat and end up not successful, while a game can be exclusive and end up successful, vice versa. So this whole, again, to Porter Rock's point, this whole theory that, oh, you gotta put your game everywhere in order for it to be successful is bullpucky. Learn to understand success is based on scope and sales, and not whether it's multi-plat or exclusive. So, I'm not answering that. It's my grandson. Told him I'm live around this time, so he has to text me. So, with that being said, Cold Blood, what are your thoughts on not only Porter Rock's point, but the fact that Alan Wake 2 has yet to recoup all of its costs? Almost even 2/3 of a year out. What do you think about that?
Wow. all I can say is don't make a walking simulator that has some fucking jump scares.
Yep.
like your gameplay has to be on point.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I saw of the game and what I heard, not saying I played the game, but what I heard is that motherfucker has about 30 enemies in the entire game. Which probably is not true. It's probably a little bit more, but god damn it. It's a low ass number for enemies, bro. You're literally walking most of the time. Like that shit ain't flying with most gamers nowadays, bro. Like back in the day with Alan Wake 1, that probably was fucking genius, yeah. But today, it has to offer more than just walking and a little bit of shooting some fucking ghosts.
Yeah, like yesterday, a couple of gens ago, when Alan Wake 1 came,
and their marketing was very low key. Horrible. Very low key.
It was horrible. I'm gonna say it's horrible. When I saw that game, there's nothing that compelled me to want to play it. The only thing that even had it on my radar was the fact that I know Remedy can make good games. They can make beautiful looking games. And my affinity for Alan Wake 1. That was it. I did not, there was nothing that I saw of Alan Wake 2 that made me go, oh, this is awesome. And when I saw people playing Alan Wake 2, I'm gonna tell you what turned me off from it to where I didn't buy it. Those cheap ass jump scares. I thought that was so cheap and generic. It was like having the greatest slice of steak and someone poured Kool-Aid on it. Someone poured malt liquor on it and shit. That's what it felt like. Those jump scares felt so cheap, and they ruined the experience for me. And I was like, I don't want to play that shit. I don't want to play. That's so fucking stupid. And don't get me wrong, the game could still be cool with those cheesy jumps, but the marketing and the advert and all the dancing quirky shit, like they created a niche environment for this game. And then people are like, oh, more people should have played it, but the whole approach to the game was niche. Now, granted, Remedy isn't a money generating machine. So no, they're not going to put hundreds of millions of dollars into marketing, but the marketing needs to be on point. It doesn't need to be niche. It doesn't need to be like Sam Lake. He got to get out of his own way and say, look, all this integral, quirky, weird shit that I put in the game, that's what makes the game good. But now that I've made the game, I need to hand this over to the experts that know how to make this thing look tantalizing to gamers. And I just think that he got in his own way. These dancing routines and all this goofy shit, like this is supposed to be like a horror thriller. Like if that shit is in the game, great, but that's not going to make me or Cold Blood or even you buy the game and how do we know? Because me, Cold Blood, and you didn't buy the fucking game. Bad decision. Very bad decision. So I don't my advice would, from what I see, is Sam Lake gets in his own way. I feel like a lot of this marketing is driven by him. And Sam, you got to know look, man, look, a lot of you creatives, you get in your own way. You're good at making games. Just do that part. Get the fuck out of the way when it comes to the marketing. Like all this stupid fucking dancing and shit like that. That may be charming to your contemporaries that sit there drinking their lattes with their pinky up. Did you see that latest Sam Lake rendition? Like he really had some moves. Like, fuck that shit. You got to sell that shit to motherfuckers like me in Cold Blood, smacking back a 6-pack on our recliner. I want to fucking see you dancing for a horror game. I don't think that shit's not cute to me, man. Like, this is supposed to be a hardcore horror game. Show me some hardcore shit. Don't just show me these images every now and again, and then get you some, again, get out of the way. Get you some good creators that will play parts of the game where I'm not just seeing these corny ass jump scares. Because the game it wasn't marketed well and it wasn't showcased well. And when I did look and play the game, I just like, why would I enjoy that? To where back in the 360 era, which was so long ago, what they released for Alan Wake 1, even though when you look at the gameplay elements, the atmospherics of the game was so creepy and so unique at that time. Like Cold Blood said, it could work. Now, Cold Blood played it for the first time like last year. He's like, what is this shit? It may have not aged well. Like, because I haven't played it in a long time, but I loved Alan Wake 1. It was so different from everything that was out there, and the atmospherics of it and the graphics of it made it so creepy or whatever, to where you could have some of that same magic happening in Alan Wake 2. Don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of people love it and call it and all types. That's great. But you got to convince people. Just because there's a whole bunch of people saying something about it, if the eye test is telling them something different, then they're like, nah, well, maybe that's not for me. That's what I think a lot of people walked away from and said about Alan Wake 2. Nah, this isn't for me. This is one of those games where a lot of people are excited about it, but it ain't for me. Now, here we got someone that contrasts maybe a lot of the angst that I have. And I don't think that she's wrong about anything. Emma says, Alan Wake 2 is one of my favorite games for last year. I played it like all 4 times, all the DLC episodes. And you know what, Emma? I could grab this game and play it and really enjoy it as much as I did Alan Wake 1. It could be that good. But you know what? I don't feel enticed to try. Not because I don't believe you, but when I use my own eye test, I don't see it. And that's not your fault. You could be 1,000% right, and I just got the wrong perception. That's on Remedy. Like, Remedy has to get better at its marketing. Its marketing for its games is piss poor. It's piss poor. And they just have to get better at their marketing.
Geek, that is the fucking problem. You don't want to pay full price for the game. So
yeah.
They did not convince you.
Exactly. That's the problem. Like, and Geek, like, we go back and forth and be like, oh, this is that, we don't agree. I'm with you 1,000% on that one. That's why I didn't pick it up. I don't want to pay $70 for that. That's the problem for me. It was like the Rise of Ronin effect. It's not that I didn't think the game was fun. It's like, do I want to pay $70 for that? Yeah. Especially at a time where I personally had to make a decision. If I would have, for the longest, because I didn't like the other Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2 wasn't on my radar. And then I forgot what changed that. So then I had a choice to make. Do I get Alan Wake or do I get Spider-Man? And I chose Spider-Man. And oh my God, I'm so glad I chose Spider-Man. Not to say that there isn't a possibility to where I would have probably liked Alan Wake more. But I am so confident in my choice of Spider-Man that I don't even miss Alan Wake. And that's where I agree with you. I totally agree with you to where that's the problem, was the price point. Yeah, that is the problem. He says, to be fair, I usually only pay full price for 2 to 5 games per year. And that's average. That's it. That's actually above average, Geek. Like, amongst the most diehard gamers, no, they're buying games every month, but for the average gamer is buying 2, maybe 3 games a year. You're above average. Or they're paying full price for 2 to 3 games a year. You're above average. So yeah, I think for Remedy to get out of this rut, what Remedy's going to have to do is they're going to have to get a lot better at marketing their games. Like when they show their games, they're so mysterious. Like, and I get it because there's a lot of mystery to them. But you need a badass sizzle reel. When it comes to your games, you need to you probably, like when they make movies and shit like that, there's shit that they put in the movie just because they know it's going to be in the sizzle reel. Like it's meaningless, it's pointless. It's just a photo op, or you know what I'm saying, for the sizzle reel. I think that's what you're going to have to start doing. Like you're just going to have to start putting parts in your games to create a more sizzle reel, because your games are more explorative and more atmospheric. You know what I'm saying? Like that, in that vein, you're going to have to do that. And you're going to have to create better sizzle reels. That's it. And Sam Lake, get out of the way. Like don't ever fucking touch the marketing again, bro. Do not, like it sounds like to me that you're one of those people. This is mine. This is my product. Mine. No, hire somebody that can still maintain the core of your vision, but knows how to translate that to the masses. Like you need to get out of your own way. This fucking dancing two-step, fucking muchacho line or Congo, whatever you were doing. No, there's no fucking way that me, the hardcore gamer, with my hard-earned money, I'm sitting there throwing back a 6-pack, eating some wings, and I see that shit on the screen. I'm like, yeah, I want to go dancing like Sam Lake. Fuck out of here. Like if this was Fizzle Chisel Tizzle Popper, yeah, that's great. That's great marketing. It's a fucking horror game. A hardcore AAA horror game. I think the worst decision that you made. Get out of your own way, bro. All right. I got a question for y'all before we roll out. There was a part where and maybe things happen for a reason today. There was a part where I kind of was spilling the beans on why I think Fonzarelli and many other creators that used to talk about PlayStation and could foresee what happened last generation, now all of a sudden had difficulty understanding why Xbox wouldn't reach its goals. I talked about that extensively. I'm just curious in the chat real quick if y'all heard that part or if I was muted during that part. Because if I was muted during that part, then maybe it was just meant for me to make that members content. But I'll wait for you guys' responses. Alan Wake 2 has the last voice performance of the legendary Max Payne voice actor. RIP, loved his voice. So what voice actor was that, Emma? Haven't played Alan Wake, but going to go play through 1 and 2 just for platinum. That's what Cold Blood was doing. He was trying to get the platinum on 1. And maybe it didn't age well. Like I haven't played Alan Wake since I beat it all those years ago. But when you said you got the platinum?
Oh my god. No. Absolutely not. Okay. It's just kill some enemies in a specific way, restart. I mean, restart the checkpoint. Kill some enemies with some specific shit, restart the fucking checkpoint, and do that until you get the trophy too, and then you can proceed. Like, bruh, oh my god. It's painful, bro.
Here's my suggestion to a lot of you guys. If you heard that, you did hear that part. Okay, Mike. Okay, so I didn't. Okay, good. Did hear. So, cool, good then. Okay. With that said, Cold Blood, any final thoughts before we get out of here, bro?
Not really.
No. Well, thank you for your patience, good friend as always. I kind of fucked up a couple times. Well, no, the first fuck up wasn't me. Well, it was it probably was my computer, because what I was doing, y'all, which I know better, I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm going to do it before the show is. While the show was airing, I was trying to spamming on Facebook, and it worked because we got 50 people. Like I think those were all Facebook people, because we normally get around 30 to 35 people. I think the extra 15 people were from Facebook, but I need to do it sooner. I need to do it before we go live, and I think it fucked up everything for me, and that's why it was left in limbo, because there was a period where it kind of froze up, and I thought we were live, and the button, there's a button up here that says end stream or begin stream, and the button turned to end stream like we were live, but I don't think we were ever live. Well, no, apparently we were never live. So I can't do that no more. But the second time when we got muted, that's because I did mute it real quick and I forgot to unmute it. But I got a lot of editing to do. But thank you guys for your patience. Thank you, my friend, because I know it's late where you're at, for your patience. I got to get out of here. I got to go on site and take care of this business. But thank you, everybody, for coming through. We appreciate it. We will see you guys again on Monday. I don't know what my schedule is going to be like now. If I got some free time, I'll hit up Cold Blood, because I was just thinking about this earlier today. I really want to do like a family or community game night where we play some First Descendant or something. And Geek to Sneak, I was thinking, I don't know why you came across my mind, bro. And I was thinking like, yeah, damn, this would probably be cool. We can get Geek to Sneak on a good game of First Descendant. You know what I'm saying? And have some fun and shit like that. But I got to see what I can do. I got to see. So, all right, y'all. Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much. And until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace. He said, Geek says, no, I just played it last year. It's still a good game. Cold Blood, you're just hard to please. Says Geek to Sneak. You talking about Alan Wake? I think he's talking about Alan Wake. I gotta play it again. I think
so, yeah. But,
okay.
Hard to please, really, bro. The dog shit I played, bro. You don't want to know. Like, I played a lot of dog shit.
Oh, God. Thank you, Em. Appreciate it. All right, and we'll let y'all know. And look, man, join the Discord. The link is in the chat. Yeah, let me. I'm gonna put this link in here, because here's what I want you guys to understand: that pretty soon we're moving from the Geeks Discord, and we're gonna get our own Discord, and we're gonna automatically move all y'all over. So, in order for us to do that, we want all of y'all in the Discord. Hold on. Now, this is not going to be a permanent Discord link. It's going to expire in 7 days. So I need you folks to take advantage of it. But here's the link to our Discord. Join our Discord, because we're again, not a lot of honest. I want to be honest with y'all. A lot of y'all, there's not a lot of activity in the Discord, but join it as a place marker. It's a place marker. You're going to get notified when our content goes live, in case YouTube fails you or Twitter fails you. And more importantly, like I said, when we convert everybody over, we're going to have an active and live Discord. Like a lot of the things that we wanted to do in here, we can't do because access just isn't working right. So we got to go to a new Discord. But we want to convert everybody over, so join now. Join now. All right, y'all.
Also, PlayStation 5 Sweden says, get Jazz in here.
Get Gaming, Grindhouse, Jazz Gaming, GMG to the show. No, Jazz has been in the chat a few times. I mean, we're doing interviews with creators, so we'll definitely reach out to anybody that you guys want to hear from. Yeah, we can reach out to Jess. Jess has been here. You know, he hasn't been here recently, but he's been in our chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you can come in.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Definitely. All right, y'all. We will see y'all later. Till next time. Peace.
No, Bulls for Life comes in when we're